Hey guys, I've got something to share with you. I've got a friend that recently started sewing and he wanted to start making drapes for his house and he wanted me to help him out since that's what I do. And he couldn't sew a straight line to save his life, so he asked me to come by and help him. So, as a joke, what I ended up doing was taking one of this 12, see, this is a 18-inch plastic ruler and they're fairly thick on the side, and I took it and took some tape and taped it down on the half-inch line on his machine and set it down. Told him, I said, take your fabric, line it up against it, and as long as you keep it even all the way through, including after it gets through the needle until it gets off the table, that you'll have a beautiful straight seam. So he tried it and it worked perfectly. So I thought, okay, well, if you're a new sewer and you're having trouble keeping your seam straight, this may be a solution for you. So I've got some quilting corner material here, and I've just kind of folded over and ironed a roughly a half-inch seam by, and so I've got it set at a half-inch mark, and I thought I'd show it to you and show you what I'm talking about, and maybe this will help you if you're having trouble keeping your seams nice and straight. So I've got it set at a half-inch, and just straight stitch. That's all this machine does, straight stitch. So let's give it a go here and see what it looks like. And all you need to do is just make sure it stays up against the ruler and make sure it stays up against it afterwards also, because that's just as important as keeping your straight line. And just sew away. Just keep it up against the ruler. I've got too much pressure on my presser foot there. There we go. And just take your time, keep everything feeding evenly. Didn't have a chance to iron that seam real good, so maybe standing up a little bit. And there's our seam. So perfectly straight. Cut this thread here. So you can see the seam, how nice and straight and even it is. Anyway, I thought it was kind of funny. We're playing around, having fun with it, and it actually worked, and I just showed you how it works. So if you're new, or even if you've been sewing for a while and you really have trouble keeping your seams straight on the seam allowance, this may be something for you to try. It really helps you if you've got like an extended table, like a quilter's table or something on your machine. It'll work great. It got me to thinking about it when I look in the factory at some of the industrial work. Some of the more automated machines have the rollers plus the guides plus the things that keep them pressed up next to the guides, and so it makes sense. It works if you've got a good straight line to sew from. It's important to do your pressing accurate. I just, on this one for example, I just kind of eyeballed it and I got fairly straight. You'll get where you can see a half-inch if you use it enough. That's what I use on all my seams on garments. But anyway, give that a try and see if it works for you if you're having any problems. One of the things I like about this over the little magnetic guides is if you can keep it straight from the back, including through the seam, it gives you a much straighter seam after you've sewn it because you're not distorting the fabric in any way. It's not moving like this a little bit in stitching. So it stays nice and flat the whole way through. And he even kitted around on one of them. He took another ruler and stuck it next to the foot to press it down and sew it. And it did a good job in that way too. It kept the fabric nice and flat. But just shows you, if you mess around with sewing enough, you'll find all kinds of different ways that people figure out to keep things perfectly in line, and so have some fun with it. But anyway, thought I'd share it with you. If you find it useful, give it a try, and it may work for you too. So that's it for now. Take care.